Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Rick Utzer here with Airgunweb, your home for old school airgun reviews and where we tell you the facts, not fluff. Well, I am super excited about this video, guys. I have been sort of talking about this on my live, and I mentioned it back when we first started covering PyramydAir's sub-MOA contest, which is about to wrap up, guys. So this video is hopefully going to encourage you guys to go out and try and shoot sub-MOA and get your entries in. Please check it out. I'll have links to the contest in the video description. This is the FX Dreamline Tactical Carbon Fiber. Now this is an expensive airgun. You're looking at around $1,700. I don't remember the exact price point. I've got a Hawk Sidewinder on here, which is another $800-900+ scope. So we're looking at not an entry-level package here. We're looking at something that's, with tax and shipping, you're going to be in that close to $3,000 if you go all in. So I'm very excited to be doing this video. I got this gun specifically because I wanted to shoot sub-MOA at 50 yards and see how it does. If by chance this can shoot sub-MOA at 100 yards, that's really what's going to get me super excited. We're not going to try that today. Conditions aren't quite right, but I think we should be able to do some pretty good stuff at 50. Now, I just set this gun up like an hour ago. Threw a scope on it. I've got one tin of pellets through it, and it's shooting great. I have not put it on paper yet. I've just been shooting steel targets, and it's doing pretty well. I don't know what we're getting for power. I just don't know much about the platform in general, and it's got a bunch of adjustments. And before I start turning knobs and twiddling on things, I just want to learn about the platform in general, and then we'll start looking at how to customize it and make it do things we need it or want it to do. One of the reasons I'm so excited about this is that, and again, a huge thank you to PyramydAir. So this video is brought to you by PyramydAir, just so you guys know, okay? But a huge thank you to them, because I went to them about getting an FX gun. I don't have currently an FX gun in my inventory, something that I can just use as a baseline to test with, and talked to them, and we worked out an arrangement where this is going to become part of our inventory, which I'm just super excited about, because now we'll have like a pretty cool baseline of a product like this to compare other products to. This should be top of the heap, right? I mean, with everything I've been told about FX, and I used to have an FX Boss, very, very nice gun, this should be top of the heap. It should produce some exceptional groups, power, consistency, accuracy, all that kind of stuff. This should do it, and we're going to find out today how it does at 50 yards. That's what we're going to be shooting today, and just see how it does. Now, again, I'm not twiddling with any settings. I'm shooting the 25-4s today. That's all I'm shooting. So is that the best pellet? Maybe, maybe not. Are the Mark II Heavies better? We're going to get to that. We're going to get to all of the stuff that would be part of your old school airgun review, crony numbers. We'll have crony numbers today, but DB numbers, different pellets, trigger pull, weight, all that kind of stuff. We're going to get to that, so bear with me. This again is part of our inventory now, so this will not be the only video we do on this platform or this airgun. Now, the other thing, couple points to note. This thing is super light. I was shocked at how light this gun was. Very impressed that way. It's got a very rigid mount for our bipod, so we're running a bipod and a rest here. Kind of a rear bag. It's not really a bag, but you guys get the idea. And it's got a very cool magazine. Took me a minute to sort of figure it out. It's got 16 rounds. So we're going to shoot like a few shots to make sure we're zeroed. And then we're going to shoot 5-shot groups to see how we'll do. Again, I want to see how this does for sub-MOA, for PyramydAir's sub-MOA contest. Cocking cycle is unbelievably smooth. Trigger is really good. It's got a little bit of a hitch in it, and I don't know if that's just got to smooth out, but again, I'm brand new with this, so we'll see. Maybe there's a small adjustment that'll sort that out. But right now, I've got my Pro Chrono Digital, so we will be getting crony numbers. We're at 50 yards, camera's rolling down there. We're going to shoot just the center target to sight in, and then we'll start shooting for groups and see how she does. I'm very, very excited here. Okay, we need to come up a little bit. Must have just had something drop on Instagram because I got a bunch of notifications coming in. Okay. All right, let's see how she does here.
$940.
Okay. That is a really good velocity. Not only is that a good velocity with these pellets, but if you go to like the Mark II Heavies, you're going to be like 850-ish, which is really a sweet spot for those too. So if it stays, you know, this is fully regulated. So if it stays at that 940 level, I'm going to be super pumped here. Whoa, that went way sideways.
939.
Okay.
942.
All right, so we're in the ballpark. Velocity-wise, we take a few more shots.
$936. $941. $934. $939.
Okay, seems to settle down a little bit. Let's go ahead and bring it to the right some. Bring it up a little bit. Okay, we'll take another shot or two. Okay, it's good.
942.
Right, yes. Okay.
944.
One more. Not too far.
937.
Okay, let's redo our mag. And we are going to set up and start shooting 5-shot groups here. So let me fill this up. We'll be right back. Okay, we're going to start the upper left group, 5-shot groups, and see how she does here. Okay.
$940. $935. $945. $940.
Okay.
931.
All right, next group down, or next bowl down.
$937. $934. $939. $934. $936.
That's nice. The wind's kind of shifting, so I don't want to chase the wind in the sense of keeping and adjusting my scope. So I'm going to just leave it the way it is, and you may see the shot group slide a little bit left to right. It's because the wind keeps shifting. It's coming at us, and then it comes from different directions, and the velocity keeps changing. So rather than try and adjust the scope every time the wind changes, I'm just going to shoot for groups and see how we do. Okay, next set. Third one down here.
$938. $937. 934. 932. 937.
All right, I apologize for that. That was going so good, and the trigger got me at the end. That is really stinks. I just not quite used to the trigger yet. That's all right. You get what you get, right? You don't get to take the shot back. Let's see what we got for power, for pressure, I should say. Oh, that's the reg. We are, okay, so the reg here is sitting at about 120 bar, and we are like 180 bar in the cylinder. So we have plenty of pressure. It does seem to be dropping a little bit though, so I would have maybe expected the regulator to be a little more consistent, but it is brand new, so it maybe needs to work in a little bit. So we're 25 shots in. We're looking at an extreme spread of 14 right now, but it seems to be a little bit on a downward curve, but 900 and some change isn't bad. Let's go to the top right. Okay. I think one of those groups, the last one, might classify sub-MOA. We'll have to measure it and find out, but it's close. All right, so get comfortable here. All right, top right.
$934. 940. 935. 936. 940.
Okay, we're going to move down. Next group.
941. 941. 941. 941. 940.
Okay. Boy, it has like, it really wants to group. I'm thinking we're going to try the heavies. I want to try the heavies. So we're going to shoot one more group here, and then I'm going to top this off, and we're going to switch over to the Mark II heavies and see if they're a little bit more stable, because these really want to group and be good, but there's every now and then I get one that's just squirrely. It starts, you can see it. It's so smooth, you can see the pellet fly, and some will spiral, some will do like this, and they're just not stabilized well. So I want to try if a heavier pellet's going to do it. So let's go and finish this group out, and I'll top this off, and then we'll try the heavies, and we'll shoot the bottom row with the heavies and see how they do. So let me go ahead and finish this off. Actually, yeah, no, we'll shoot the whole bottom row with the heavies.
$934. 934. 941. 942. 934.
All right, so we're going to top this off, and then we're going to try shooting the heavies. We'll be right back. So we are Now going to go ahead and shoot the heavies. I'm going to use the top center. We got some work going on there in the background, so I apologize for the noise on the audio there. All right, we'll use the top center, do a little sighting in, and let's just see how we're going to do here.
$840.
Okay, so like I thought, I'd be right 840, 850. We're at 54 foot-pounds. Let's see, we'll take another shot.
$824. $815.
Okay. I'm going to bring that up some. I'm going to move it over a little bit. Okay.
818. 816.
A couple more shots and then we're going to shoot for groups.
818.
Okay.
824.
All right, so we'll use that sight in and we will go ahead and shoot 3 groups across the bottom and see what we get. I do really like the way they did their mags. When we do the video, the full review, I'll show you guys that specifically. We'll save that for another day here. Okay, so bottom row, left to right.
$816. 819. 824. 830. 822.
Man, one got away from me. That was a really good group, except that one just hit a little low left. Okay, next group.
$832. 821. 823. 816. 831.
Okay, last group.
833. 831. 825. 830. 826.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab that target. I'm gonna measure those groups, see if any of them are sub-MOA. Then we're gonna wrap this up. Be right back. All right, guys, I've got the card. Okay, honestly, I'm bummed. We came so close. We had 2 groups, one of which was 0.52 and one was 0.54. Those were the closest we got to MOA or sub-MOA with our gun today. Everything else, though, Every other group we shot was under an inch. So everything from the 5.2 up to the largest was 0.87, I think. Yep. So everything we shot today was under an inch. Now, obviously this is my first time with this air gun. So if you were to get something like this brand new out of the box and take it to the range, this is what you can expect. Now, will I get better? Oh, I'm absolutely sure I'll get better. The regulator's got to wear in, the barrel's got to season. There's a bunch of things that have to happen for this to sort of find its groove. Are there some settings on the gun that are going to give it a little bit better performance? Maybe. I mean, this is when you get a product like this, you're in it for the long term. There's so much adjustability in all, well, maybe not all, but a lot of the FX guns, that the ability to just dial it into your environment, to the pellet or slug you want to run, all of that stuff, it really puts the control in your hands. But that does mean then that it's going to take some time on your part to dial those things in. I'm very excited to be able to have that opportunity to do that long term with this. I think that if anything, if I've learned anything from PyramydAir's sub MOA contest, it was to challenge myself to shoot sub MOA. I mean, I had been very satisfied for 1 inch at 50. Now that I know there are air guns out there that can shoot better than ½ an inch at 50 yards, well, that's my new high standard, I guess. Especially when you're looking at a package where, you know, all in, rifle, bipod scope, you're into, with tax and shipping, you're into that $3,000 price point. You know, those types of guns, I'm going to want to see sub MOA, and I'm not going to want to see it once or twice on a card like this. I want to see it better than 50%. We've had some results like that were just super impressive. So I'm expecting good things and a very high standard out of a product like this. I'm expecting to see better results as I get more used to this air gun. I have a very high standard now that I've seen it done. I've actually been the guy behind the trigger and seen some pretty impressive groups at 50 yards, even in less than ideal conditions where we're getting sub MOA, even some groups like sub quarter inch at 50, which is, you know, we don't do that every time, right? But impressive when it happens. So I'm looking forward to doing more with this, finding out what all of the knobs do and how they affect performance. You know, what kind of power can we get out of this? Can we stretch it to 100 yards? Can we run slugs? And if so, which ones run well? All of that stuff, well, that's going to be coming up. When? It's going to take us some time to pull that stuff together, but I'm very, very happy that we're going to be able to do it. Guys, that's going to be it. If you haven't submitted your entries to the PyramydAir sub MOA contest, please go check out the links in the video description. Get in your backyard, shoot some sub MOA groups, submit it to PyramydAir, and you might win some cool stuff. It's a great challenge. Get in on it. Again, links in the video description. So before we wrap it up, I want to say thank you to PyramydAir for sponsoring Airgunweb in these videos, and also just thank them for all the great things they do for the sport and for us shooters in the sport. My name is Rick Utzler here with Airgunweb, your home for old school airgun reviews, where we tell you the facts, not fluff. Thanks for watching.